There's certainly not the sense that the government is taking stock of this situation. In fact, in terms of mourning the 100,000 lives lost today, there has been very little mention from the president himself in regards to mourning those who lost their lives. But it's important to take note of the fact that experts say that the actual excess statistics around this death toll is much higher. So they say that 125,000 people would be the actual death toll, taking into account several deaths outside of the hospital where they haven't been able to test prior to the death, that sort of thing. Now, the conversation is shifting also around whether or not this huge number could have been avoided. You know, is it just the coronavirus that killed 100,000 people, or is it also mismanagement across the states? When we look back at when the first death happened, or the first recorded coronavirus-related death happened on the 6th of February, both Washington and California were the epicenters of this pandemic or epidemic in the US. Quickly that traveled across to New York, which has now got some almost 400,000 cases, almost 30,000 deaths. But the leaders in those two states, in California and Washington, acted incredibly rapidly and were able to quash the widespread spike in terms of the coronavirus cases and deaths. So now when we look at these epicenter states starting to see the flattening of the curve and decline in numbers, like in New York, like in Michigan, like in New Jersey, we're starting to see a spike in states that normally originally had quite low numbers. So areas in the South, like Alabama, is seeing the highest death rate this week in one day. Also, states like Minnesota, Kansas, Mississippi are also seeing an increase in deaths. So this, of course, has something to do with these relaxed restrictions. However, data isn't in yet to exactly pinpoint that. But experts say that this is only going to be an upward trend, and we have to really watch our self-governance over the summer in order to fight this pandemic.